Hey all, Hipper here. So now that we have the Azure Lane Baltimore commander and the Takao commander, and we also have Soundwave and the new German battleship lady, I forget her name right now, it's actually possible to do quite a few interesting rudder builds on battleships. Only a few battleships work though, mind you, and one of them is Vanguard, another one is Odin, which I'm playing here, and another one is Tirpitz. Very surprising actually. Scharnhorst is also doable, and so is Gneisenau, but that is really about it. Alabama can actually also get down to quite a nice rudder, but on that ship it's better just to go for a reload or dispersion build or something like that. So first let's just check out my commander. So with this build here, which is Lütjens, and he's a cruiser commander, you pretty much transfer Odin into a very big cruiser. So an agile build, you get Ingenious, and you get full speed ahead, and Velocious, and all the usual stuff here, and fully packed, which is important because it means that you actually get an extra sonar and an extra heal, which is really useful in the ship here, because the German sonar is just, it's worth its, well, not its weight, but its range in gold, I guess. So a 7.6 second rudder here. That's actually really fast for a battleship. It's one of the fastest in the game. And we are actually getting into, well and truly into cruiser territory here with 7.5 second rudder. And as you can see in this game here, I am going straight down the middle, because that's one of the good things about actually having a domination mode on Two Brothers now. It means that the middle is actually viable. Before, all that really happened when you go down the middle is that everyone will be waiting for you anyway. So there's really not, well, there is a point, but there's more point to it now. Because now people actually have to leave the spawn to go and cap A and B, which means that the C spawn is vulnerable. And an Odin in here in the channel is quite an adversary. It's very narrow here, and obviously this battleship has torpedoes and sonar, and I'm going to use the sonar in a minute to just figure out if there's someone hiding around the corner here waiting to torp me. And yes, there is an Eugen hiding there, so that means that we'll just stop here, and we'll do that in any case. There's no point just rushing out and showing your broadsides to two flanks at the same time. The key to this maneuver here is just to go down the middle and just make your presence known, so the enemies will have to divide their forces. And if you can just get to cap just like I'm doing here, that will make them panic a little bit more. And it's just a way of distracting the enemies and making them less strong on one or both flanks. And I can just get my AP in action here as well, which is nice, but I'm just overshooting a little bit here. So I'm going to retreat now, because the Eugen is lining up a very obvious torp run here. And I could take him out, but I choose to take the Ojakov instead, because he's more of a threat out there on the flank. I can deal with the Eugen later, which I won't be able to do with the Ojakov because I'm retreating. So when I play Odin, I brawl. That's what this ship is for, basically. And that's why I have a fast rudder on this ship, because it allows me to pull off stuff like this here. I mean, dodging almost all torpedoes from an Eugen at 1.4 kilometer distance, well, that can only be done with a very fast rudder build. Unfortunately, I take a very nasty flooding here, which is a problem, but my secondaries take the cruiser out. I'm lucky enough to actually get shots at the Lexington here. And the first salvo is good. That was a good one. But the following ones here, I get pretty much all overpens, which is super frustrating, because really this carrier here should be dead, because I get in 3 good salvos on this ship here, and he still manages to sail away. Which, yeah, I get the whole overpen thing. Yeah, it is rooted in reality, yes. But when you get more overpins than actual penetrating shots on enemies, it starts to be a little bit ridiculous. Because I'm pretty sure that didn't happen in real life. Not that I would know. Perhaps I'll do some research on that actually, or perhaps Prince Blip will know, one of the wargaming employees. He seems to know his stuff. So what actually is the percentage of overpens versus penetrations in real life? Who knows, but I'm pretty sure it's not as bad as it is in this game here. Because honestly, that Lexington should have been removed from the game. So anyway, I'm sitting here and I'm capping, and I am pretty much, just forcing the guys on the flanks, the red guys on the flanks, to actually retreat, to kick me out again. And that means that they are like not concentrating on holding their flank, and that means that my blue friends are able to push more. And that's really everything you're doing by going down the middle. Like I said, it's usually not a good idea to actually enter the C cap, because you will expose yourself on both sides, and only do it if one red flank is completely destroyed already. If that's not the case, then it's better just to stay in cover in here and just carefully cap and just be really annoying, basically. Now I realize this is not a particularly agile battle, this one here, but I haven't played Odin in a while, and I just took it out, and I happened to get this map here, and I just wanted to underline that actually going down the middle now, with careful thought, I might underline, don't just YOLO down and go nuts with torps when you get to the end. Like, think about what you're doing, and only do it if you're the only one doing it. More than like one ship going down the middle is usually a recipe for losing one of the flanks, and you don't want to do that. So just have a look when you start, and then make up your mind. It also depends a lot on your ship, because you should have a ship with sonar and you should have a ship with torpedoes. Otherwise you'll just get rushed inside the channel. The German tier 7 cruisers, Hipper and Prince Eugen, they're actually some of the best ships to go down this narrow channel in, because they can deal with anything. If a destroyer tries to stop you, you have your awesome 5.6 kilometer sonar, and Odin here only, in like quotation marks, only has 5 kilometers. So it's still good, but Hipper and Eugen, they do better. And a destroyer trying to stop you will be easily taken out. Especially if you have an agile build on your cruiser, you can just dodge any torps in here, even though it is a narrow channel. Battleships, you can torp them, because you have torpedoes on your Odin here, or your Hipper, or your Prince Eugen. And cruisers are also not a problem. They can be torped or they can be citadeled. But again, just remember not to actually continue all the way into C cap and be exposed. You can do that if the situation is right, but if it's not right, then don't do it, because that'll put you in a crossfire, a really, really nasty crossfire. So just like a bit of moderation here is required. So I just retreated here a little bit. I needed to repair. My work was done anyway. I took out 2 cruisers, and we'll move down again now that we've repaired, and we can actually, be a little bit annoying again, I guess. And it's nice to see how my teammates have actually encouraged this confusion here among the Reds, because some of the battleships actually retreated to try to keep me out of the cap, the C cap here, and I also pushed the carrier up front, so their whole positioning is a little bit off now, and it's really only a matter of time before they're all dead. Already there's only one of them left now, so a bit of a turkey shoot this match here, and of course not every match goes like this. It depends on your team to a very large degree, but if you go down and you do it on a domination version of the map here, like I'm doing, it's actually a lot more viable than it used to be when it was just capture the base. But like I said before, just be careful when you do it. Think about what you're doing, and have a plan, and have a ship that's actually suitable for the job. So having a suitable ship is important, like I said before, because not many people want to take an Odin on in cramped, confined quarters, like they're in the just the exit of the middle river. And exactly the same thing goes for Hipper and Prince Eugen. I mean, those aren't ships you want to challenge up close. And when you're hiding in there in the river, no one can really hit you from the sides, and they will have to expose themselves in front, which will make it easier for you to take them out, and also easier for your team to push on the flank that is then weakened. Of course, they have to realize that, and obviously that is very rarely the situation, but I guess we're all used to that in this game here. I mean, you can just do the best you can do, and then if the team realizes what you're doing, that's great. If not, well, that's just too bad, and there's always another battle coming. So I get to finish the Georgia there, which was great, because I shot at him before, but I did like hardly any damage to him, although he was broadside. So it's nice to get him out of the way. So anyway, that was an agile Odin here, and I know it wasn't a very agile battle. I'll do another one about that. This was more about like how to like be really annoying when playing domination on two brothers, and how to use your sonar to unmask ships waiting for you to ambush you, and well, most of all, just have fun, I guess. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you out there.